Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jason. You're watching RC Off-Road Racing. What's going on, guys? We got some tires out. We're going to be gluing up some tires. I've already got these ones done. I glued the other side of these last night when I had some free time and didn't have time to finish them, so I got to it this morning. But these are some green blade Evo from VPpro. Now, VPpro as a well, let me say it this way. Dialed RC Hobbies, as a retailer of VPpro tires, will no longer be what they sell. Gene Hickerson, the guy who owns Dialed RC Hobbies, great guy. I don't really know him personally, but I've heard that he's a really good dude. And anyway, but he's created his own tires. Going to be called Dialed RC, and a lot of the patterns are going to be real similar. Some of them maybe even the same. But those will all be released, I believe, in sometime February, maybe in March. But till then, we're gonna be. I picked up 5 sets of. They had these on a buy one get one free sale, so I picked up 5 sets of them. These ones happen to be the M3, which is a soft compound, and they're the blades. I've got another pair of blades. I got them in super soft long wear, and then I got 2 sets of super soft long wear turbo tracks, because they're just kind of like one of my favorite tires. And I also got a set of ultra soft what are they, grips, I believe. And these are the last ones I'm gluing up. I got the other ones all glued up, but anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how I've been gluing up my tires. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to TQ Clean. One of my buddies gave me this bottle at a race a couple weeks ago, and I gotta say, I really like this stuff. It's got a really unique smell. I've been smelling it at races for a long time. So anyway, this stuff cleans your car really well. You just spray it on and then air blow it off. Now, what I'm doing is, for the tires, I'm just using it kind of like Simple Green to clean the tires, and it's I use it for the other 4 sets that I've already glued up. I have not used any of them, but they do all appear to be glued up very well, and I don't think I'll have any trouble with it. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the super glue that I use. Now, I've used different types of Loctite and or different types of super glue, and I've had a couple different looking bottles. Now, this is the professional liquid super glue from Loctite. Now, like I said, this stuff is really really good, and I haven't been using a tip for it either, because this tip is small enough, and some people may prefer a tip, but what I like about it is the super glue is very easy to remove. Like, it doesn't build up and cake at the end like a lot of super glues I've used in the past. So anyway, that's what I'll be using today. So let me I'm gonna get these ones out of the way, get the other tires out, and I'll show y'all how I do this. All right, so the other thing, I will be using tire bands. I got these from Dialed RC Hobbies. They're 6 mic. They're nothing special, just kind of large rubber bands with their logo, but they do work well. I've used these to put together several tire sets, and no issues. So we will be using that as well. So let's take a look. These do feel really good. I do like the green compound from VPpro. So let's get them going. Hold up. So cleaning the tires is essential to getting them to mount well. So a lot of guys will take the tire completely off the rim and clean the rim and tire individually. I don't like to take up that much time, so what I'll do is I'll expose this part of the wheel on, you can do 2 or 4, whatever you're comfortable doing, at a time. But so what I'll do is I'll expose that, like I said, and then I'm gonna take a clean microfiber cloth is what I use. Now, you can use whatever kind of cloth you want, but you don't want to leave fibers all over it, so I use this side and not the other softer side. But all right, so what I do is I spray some of this TQ Clean onto the cloth to where it's kind of wet, and rub it around real good, and you'll see the black stuff that kind of comes off, which is the mold release and just some of the product, I guess, or whatever. But let me clean these off and I'll show y'all what comes off. So that's how much I have been able to remove so far. Now I'm going to clean the bead of the tire itself. So let me show y'all how I do that. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and get these tires mounted onto the rim where everything fits perfect. Let me show you what came off. So that's what came off of after I cleaned the rims and the tires of these two sets. So there's definitely some stuff on there that you want to get off, guys. I definitely recommend cleaning your tires. Now, if you want to take them apart, that's up to you. I'm showing you all this because this is a huge time saver compared to how I've done it in the past and how I've seen it done. Another tip, I will usually take an air gun and blow around here, and just after I get it together, I will just make sure to look in there, make sure there's around the whole thing, make sure there's nothing in there. So after I get this side, I work on one side at a time, and then I'll flip them over after the glue is dry. So normally I like to do 4 at a time. I have 4 tire bands, so if I had more tires, I would be doing 4 at a time, but I'm just kind of doing these ones whenever I kind of had time. So all right, so here's another tip. I usually will hold the tire against my chest or belly as I'm peeling that back. So you may want to have one, an older sweatshirt or something that you don't mind getting a little super glue on, because it does happen. But so then I'll take a peel back and I'll do about that much at a time, make sure, and I'll look, and you can see if it's all shiny and got super glue all over it everywhere, and you move along. I try to do it pretty quickly, less than 30 seconds probably to do the whole thing, so that afterwards I can kind of go back and kind of look and make sure that I got glue everywhere. So the quicker you are, the more you're able to kind of pull it back and kind of look and see. All right, so looking at this one, it came out pretty well. Now, I used to, back in the day, I would take and try to wipe the glue off. So often that would end up leaving parts of the, if there was a paper towel I was using or whatever, I just couldn't do it cleanly, and it would make the side of the tire just look dirty or whatever. So I actually now prefer to leave the glue on there, whatever it is. Like, I don't like that I got that spot there, so I might touch that up a little bit. But I do like to see a bead all the way around so that I know that I got super glue everywhere, and I just leave it there. And when they dry, that's what you end up with when they're dry. You got a little line around, but that lets me know that they're glued well. So I don't know, that's up to you guys, how you feel. You can, if you want to wipe it off or not, but I don't really think I think leaving it there is not an issue at all. All right, so lastly, I do want to say another tip. When you're putting the tire bands on, let's see, you can see from this one, I've tore it, and what happened was I'd gotten a little glue on, it stuck to the tire a little bit, so it pulled that piece off. So now I just make sure when I put the bands on, I put them on from the opposite side that I'm gluing. So I started by putting the band on this side and kind of use my finger to roll it around where I want it. All right, with all that in the bag, now it's time to focus on 10 scale 2-wheel drive.